So I think I pretty much use this as like a way to not go to therapy, counseling, rant. It's probably not good for me, all these videos that I just do it this way. And it's interesting because, like, I don't know, I get in a lot of arguments at like the grocery store, and I know I'm supposed to like figure out my triggers. I gotta tell so I don't understand why people like to interrupt conversations when I'm having good conversations with people, and then it's like, you interrupted, brought in your opinion that was never asked for, and yet we're supposed to allow it? I don't really know. Maybe I've been built wrong. Like, I always thought, like, don't interrupt somebody. Like, if you want to introduce yourself, wait until there's like a stoppage in the conversation or something. I don't know. Maybe I was brought up really wrong or something. I don't really know. Maybe I really don't know. But I gotta tell you, so I'm in line and I'm thinking, what am I doing here in Lethbridge? I absolutely hate Canada, hate the winter. Like, if I'm going to hate life so bad in a country, I might as well go hate life in Hawaii or Australia or Cayman Islands or Africa or somewhere warm. At least that way, if I'm hating life, at least I got something in my life that I'm not hating. I gotta be honest, like all those like tropical places, they got fruits and vegetables, they got fish, so that's my diet. Probably warm enough that I see people in Lethbridge sleep on the streets in tents. So I'm pretty sure I could get a tent and sleep on a beach, eat fruits and vegetables, and work out. I don't know. Maybe my life would be a lot easier that way. Anyways, so I was talking to this one person and I was asking them about like Christmas and everything like that. And then I was like, I'm getting really tired of this. Like, it's every day I wake up, apply for jobs. There's no snow, which is interesting. So for the next week, we do get snow, and I have a friend who does snow, so he already told me, he goes, hey, like, at least you'll have a week worth of a work a week worth of work. Wow, say that 10 times fast. And so that might be like 1,400, $1,500 that I can probably make because I see how much it's going to snow. And that's only if I like go for 10 hours a day. So that's what I'm really hoping for. But then that will pay like rent, food, all that. Might put into like $300 to my credit line or my credit card. I guess it's slowly going down. And I just keep thinking to myself, like, why are we doing this? Charge you for all the money that you make. They charge you to buy products for taxes and everything else. And then, like, even when you build up your credit, right? And I want you to think of it this way. And I'm a finance major. My whole background, like mutual funds, mortgages, um, finance degree, done accounting jobs. I work with numbers very well in my head. And if you think, like, because I keep going to myself, I go, I'm the only person in the world that should just be able to find a job. And oh, I'm telling you, this spiritual awakening, I know why it's happening. Like, literally everyone could think I'm crazy. Yeah, I probably am. But in a spiritual awakening, it means that, like, all your lessons, it's not even like 3D world anymore. It's like you're trying to level up to a 5D world, a 4D world. I don't even know which worlds there are out there. To be honest with you, I've heard there's like 14 dimensions. I don't even know. So when you like level up into these different states of like ascension, you only get things that are presented to you that you're supposed to either learn from, take you to the next step. And it's like you, no matter what you think, like there's no way that I know I'm going to get another job moving forward unless it's like my friends helping me out doing either labor, construction, snow, something. And that's another thing is those jobs will be presented to me because in my past, all those times that I had those jobs, I probably got fired from a lot of like seasonal jobs like that. And it's because I have such a bad like attitude to working. Okay. And that probably sounds really egotistical and spoiled. There's probably a lot of words that you can think about that one. And I can't deny them, disagree with them whatsoever. Because, for one, I never liked doing landscaping jobs. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you're outside, which is nice. You get the sun and everything else. But then you also get the sun. You get the heat. You have to do the physical labor. You, you have to work at such a pace. It's not like you're just outside gardening or making running up and down a field of a farm field with a truck or a manure or planting seeds or you're doing a lot of actual physical labor work outside and it gets daunting. And then I still want to go to the gym and try to do the cardio so that it's like I'm working out doing the cardio so that I can have my egotistical body. Okay, like that's the only thing in this world. And I finally figured out like why do people work out? You can't take that away from someone. They can only take it away from themselves, right? Like think that through. Like, everything in my life is being taken away. I'm watching it. I'm watching my credit rating. My credit rating last year was like 837 out of 900. I checked my credit like I don't know a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I'm at like 600 and change now. I went from almost like a 90% credit rating to a 60 in a year in Canada. And it's not even my fault. Like that's the worst part. So now I know, okay, if I'm the person who ends up showing the world all I wanted to do was eat healthy, pay for a roof over my head. That's all I could afford. Okay? So this is going to show the entire world someone who has 2 degrees, 13 designations, no addictions, wants to eat healthy and have a roof over their head will end up losing everything in life? Like, how crazy is this? And it's like every day I wake up and I'm like, come on, like, there can't be any more triggers. Like, I'm not seeing very many triggers. I had one trigger last night, and that was just because I think I got like attachment issues. And okay, why do I have attachment issues? You know, I can tell you my mom was young, so she always had to work. So I never got to see my mom. Okay, there's probably the reason I had attachment issues. My real dad would rather have done addictions than be a dad. So I think I saw him, I don't know, 6, 7 times my entire life before he died. Like that's like once every 7 years. So every time he had a different change of who he was, I got to meet the new version of him. Cool. Wonder why I have attachment issues. And then it's like I've never done well in the dating world. And I also look at these videos and go, it's like I'm back in the 90s doing the like, hey, I'm Dustin Taylor. This is my passion. I like to walk on the beach. I like to look at the sun. I like to hold hands. Okay, maybe I'm that guy who's like creating like a dating video profile. And then I'm still trying to think like, how am I going to make money moving forward? Because I can't. work for the real world anymore because it seems that everything I see is just lies and fake and manipulation, and it's really hard to like follow your pride on everything. And you could go, "Wow, you got big ego." I was going to say effing, but I'm really trying to quit swearing because that guy told me to quit swearing for a reason, so I'm going to try to quit swearing. And I'm thinking, I do have a big ego. Like, it's not even that. It's just when you've made money and now you're at the poorest of the poor, it's like you watch a spiritual breakdown or a spiritual awakening. It's a breakdown. He wants to break you down to nothing. He wants to just see how strong you are. That's how bad this is. It's like not even that you want to like I could quit today. There's alcohol in my fridge, there's candies in my fridge. It's Friday. I could go out. I could do everything I did 10 plus years ago. Not even a problem. And I would probably go, wow, what a wonderful day. And then I would probably slip back going into that saying, hey, you know what? Like, did 2 years of this. Who cares? It's not worth it anymore. I could. Like, don't get me wrong. I get this. It's all about trying to break yourself down to be the best version you can be. But every day I wake up, I go, getting crazy because I'm going to have to swallow my pride and do snow shoveling. Okay, I'm already leaner than I ever have been during the winter, and it's -3 right now, but with the wind it feels like -13. I went outside just to do my recycling. I'm cold, frozen. So that means if I'm going to have to do snow shoveling, and it's supposed to be like -15 to -23, and I don't even know what the wind's going to be like, it's like I'm going to be wearing a windbreaker. So it'd be like t-shirt, windbreaker, hoodie, sweater, winter jacket, scarf, two toques, two toques. Yeah, I got big ears, so like I gotta wear two toques just to cover my big ears. Like, don't get me wrong, I know that God's going to say, "Hey, here's your chance to make up for all the shit that you did wrong when you got fired from all these jobs. I want you to go out. I don't want you to say a thing. I want you to work your butt off, and I'm going to reward you at the end with another job in about 2 weeks' time, because this will cover my bills and everything. Give me a little bit of money to pay down my credit card that is just covering food and bills. So it's not like I'm paying anything. I'm paying interest on top of my interest. Did you guys think that through? Now that they want you to build up your interest and build up your credit, hey, we want to do this so that you can go get yourself a car and a house, and then we're going to charge you interest on top of that. So it's not even like you're in the system fairly. There's no fair here. I'm telling you this right now. This world is so set up for the rich to always get rich. But they're playing the game good. They're playing it so good. I'm going to show the game to you guys. I'm going to see if we can do it together. And like I keep looking at myself and I'm going, okay, if I'm a coach and I have to promote like well-being, positivity, stuff like that, I gotta tell you, like, if you're watching these videos, you're probably like, whoa, you got a lot of triggers. Right. You're absolutely right. I do have a lot of triggers. But my triggers, I try to keep them down in front of people. I try to express this all out here because I believe if you can just let it go in the world, it's not on me anymore. And it sounds so weird. I could sleep at night. And the reason I can sleep at night is because I try not to hold things in. Granted, at 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, which we call the witching hour or spirit's hour or whatever hour you want to call it, I'm up every day at that time, which means those spirits really like to shatter my head off. 9:30 now, I'll probably go to the gym. By 12, I'll be like bagged out of my mind. But I'm going to tell you, like, yeah, there's a whole lot to that. I'm just telling people, like, here's the deal. They want you to build up your cred. They want to tax you on everything. They want to tax you on the work you do. And then if you happen to go bankrupt or do credit limited statutations or whatever it's called, they want you to pay interest on top of the interest that you've already been paying on top of the balance. Please think this through, people. People, they are not trying to help you in this world. The fact that if you buy a brand new car, there's so much markup in a brand new car. Oh, if you were to go buy electronics, I'm going to tell you this right now. You can go to Visions and all those places. You can haggle them down. Sucks for the salesman, but I'm not here for that anymore. I get it, everyone's got to eat. I can barely afford food, and I got no addiction. I'm watching jobs not hire me because I'm either overqualified or because they made Canada such a working class country that you have to work and whatnot. And it's like I just watched like some of these things that they've done. They just signed a bill down in California that all fast food workers have to make $20 an hour minimum. And the guy from Domino's is like, all right, every delivery driver, we're firing you. So now what they're doing is they got drones that will either drop off the pizza or they got self reliant delivery cars that are like computerized. Okay. So now that got rid of delivery drivers. McDonald's in Colorado just opened up the first like McDonald's with no workers. So now fast food's getting rid of all the workers. AI being brought out. How much did that change the world? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I looked at my whole website. There was probably 30,000 like notes that I would have had to do myself, and I think it took me 2 hours. The only thing that saved me was that I knew every step of what I've looked at of everything I did, and I said, okay, like they're going to say it better than I can. I gotta use AI, but now I gotta actually promote it that way, and that's going to be the interesting part because I keep looking at like I know I'm going to have to become a coach, and I know I'm going to have to show people something in life, and it's not when you become like a health and wellness coach. Like, what's your niche? Am I going to help people with ADHD? No, because I don't. I probably do have attention deficit disorder. I probably do. Like I think most of my generation and past now does, but I can't be really coaching on that. Am I going to coach on relationships? Heck no. If you see the relationships I'm in right now, apparently I'm known as the situationship guy. What the hell does that mean? Like, oh yeah, and in the dating world, I don't even know what all these like terminologies mean. Like, I didn't know that I was ghosted. I didn't know that. I just thought, hey, friend zone, friends with benefits, boyfriend and girlfriend. That's all I ever knew about dating. Apparently, there's a lot more to that. Who knows? All I know is like I'm the situationship guy. I had like 30 situationships. And I'm thinking, it's not even that I have 30 situationships. Friend zoned everyone. I have no ill intentions. I'm trying to find a wife. I've been upfront about that. I want to find a wife. And then I thought about this and I was like, if I'm trying to teach people time, beginnings, and healthiness, don't get me wrong. When I think about this company, I go, okay, where can I take it? How can I make money? How can I get this started? Because I know once I jump in, I'm all in. It does not even matter. It's all in on the company, win or fail. Who cares? At least I'll still have the company business license. I can change it to a different company at some other point. If I have to do landscaping in like Dubai, at least I have a company. I can go up and open up any landscaping company anywhere in the world. I'll be outside doing work. At least I can eat, pot, put a tent, eat fruits and vegetables, still find a way to get my six pack because that is the only thing in this world that you can't take away from someone. It's how much time and effort they actually put in at the gym or working out or hiking or playing sports. You can't take that away from them because that time is their money their money, is their energy, and it's all a circle of life. And I think that when I say circle of life, I thought about this and I saw a nice little Facebook meme. I saw two actually. I'm gonna go with the first one, which is going to be a very interesting part because you're supposed to let go of things that affect you, hurt you, and harm you. And this meme showed a cobra that had gone over a saw and had cut him the saw had cut the cobra. And the cobra, with his aggressive instincts, decided to wrap himself around the saw and try to bite the saw as into right? So the cobra's doing his natural instincts of what has been programmed in his brain. But then the cobra, every time he got a stronger hold on the saw, he was cutting his own belly and wouldn't stop. So he wasn't going to let go until that other person felt as bad as him, even though it was a saw and nothing of here or there. But to that snake, it had caused him pain. So he was going to get back at that saw. He bit it and kept strangling tighter and tighter until the snake eventually killed himself because the saw had started cutting the snake and he started to bleed out and die. I think the life lesson is, and it's a very tough life lesson, you gotta let go of things. You gotta move on. And that's the spiritual game. And this is where it gets really tough for me because I'm on I'm in my third year. This is rough. This is every day. It's like Groundhog's Day. I feel like Bill Murray. Every day you wake up, you know the exact day, you know exactly what's going to happen. There's not very many different surprises, and it's just like on repeat. And I know that all these jobs that will be coming in for me, it's because I have to make up on the past. So if it snows for the next week, I know I have to keep quiet. I have to be thankful, and I have to be blessed that I'm getting an opportunity to work, feel these emotions, make the money to move forward. That's what the journey of life is. It, it sucks because you're never fully stable. You're never going to fully feel proper in this world, but you always know that your spirit, the world, energy, God is not going to let you down. It just means that for every one day of or let's go 7 days of good work, pays for bills, a little less stress, I'm going to have a month of, all right, I'm going to sit around, work out, look at my business over and over and see if I can figure out if there's anything else I could do. And there's nothing. I've looked at it so much, I'm going, I'm either all in now or I'm not. And I just don't have the money. And that's where it gets down to it. And then I was talking to another person who was telling me about I figured out the Bitcoin scam and I could be debt free in a month if I really want to do it. It's just now I'm really gambling because I'm not gambling on I know it's a pyramid scheme and it's probably not the right thing for me to do. So I know I probably have to stay away from it. I don't even know why I brought that up. Actually, excuse me. I was going to bring up the conversation in the supermarket. I said, "Man, this is a terrible country." I said, "I've got to go somewhere else." And this lady pipes up. She goes, "This is a wonderful country." Yada yada yada. And I go, "Okay." I'm like, I've traveled the entire world. Well, not the entire world, but I've traveled a lot of places. And I go, I can tell you right now, I've been to a lot of places that if I'm going to live a really terrible life, I could go live that terrible life in those places. Fruits and vegetables and fish is a lot cheaper there. And if I have to buy a tent and live on a beach, it's going to be a lot cheaper than Canada. Just saying, you know, healthcare. Here's the other thing. There's a lot of countries that if you're poor and whatnot, they have healthcare. So the only thing I'm really scared about is if I ever have a heart attack. Like I want to keep living. So that's the reason I work out so hard and I do a lot more cardio. That is actually a push and pull So it's like you're working out with weights as well. Like I do a high intensity. I do it for a long time consistently. And I'm going to tell you, like, when people go, oh, well, don't you want to be bigger? I'm like, I'm still fat right now. I'm 35 pounds overweight. Nobody believes me. I was skinnier during the summer. I got very close to a six pack during the summer. I'm going to tell you, like, coming down to it, so today's January 5th. And if I want to get the six pack, it will be about, I say, 12 weeks away from like summer. So that means by March, my diet will go back down to literally, and I buy 2 kilogram frozen bag of California blended vegetables for $6.70. Okay. So when I'm cutting for the summer season, I get rid of my milk, get rid of the cheese strings, I get rid of the protein bars. Okay, so that's done. My diet becomes two of those 2 kilogram bags of vegetables and 8 cans of tuna, one big bowl of um, fruits, granola, and yogurt, and then tea. I'm going to tell you, I'm putting in probably 6 to 8 pounds worth of like actual food and nutrients, like 8 pounds a day. My calories will be right around that 3,000 mark, like right where I've expenditured, and then all the rest is just fat. And it's probably not the healthiest way of doing it, but I have so much fat on my body that I didn't get to 400 pounds overnight. People, you don't get fat overnight. It creeps up on you, it creeps up on you, it creeps up on you. Oh, I'm buying an extra large. Oh, I'm buying a double extra large shirt. Oh, you know what? 6 piece chicken nugget meal. I'm gonna go for the 20. It starts creeping up on you. You just don't realize it. You just keep going, keep going, keep going. That's like everything in this world. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. That's the addictions. We're programmed that once you're into it, slower, 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 boom, picked up. And I gotta tell you, the worst part about this video is I remember talking about that one story at the supermarket where they probably should not let me in. And she pipes up and she goes, "Oh, this is a great city, a great country, blah, blah, blah." And I go, "Okay, well, in my mind, I have traveled the world and I've seen a lot of better places." And I said, "Have you ever traveled the world?" She goes, "Yeah, I've traveled lots." And I go, "Okay. So where have you traveled?" And she goes, "Well, I'm not going to tell you where I've traveled." And I go, "Hold on, Karen. I wasn't even talking to you. I was talking to the cashier. So now you've invited yourself into the conversation. I've kept it very cordial and said, hey, like, where have you traveled? Tell me places that aren't as good as, or sorry, are not better than Lethbridge. And give me, and she goes, I don't need to tell you this. And I'm thinking, Karen, go away then. Because I'm going to tell you right now, in my opinion, this is how, like, the three worst places in the world to live would be like this: Hell, Detroit, Lethbridge. In that order. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure everywhere else is better than those three places. And I'm sorry, Detroit. Nothing against you. It's just I didn't have good experiences with you there. So, I'm taking that from what I know, and their country's just depleted. But anyways, this is a long video. Um, yeah, this shadow work is crazy. And Groundhog's Day is crazy. I know that everything that happens to me is for me to do life lessons, and that's the spiritual world, and that's the different game, okay? It's the game that you realize, like, you can chase money, chase the 3D world, and you'll probably have an easier life, okay? There's no lie there. And you can say, well, why don't you go back to that if you want such an easy life? I can, but for some reason, the reason my mind is either 0 or 100 probably because of all the issues I've ever had, all the things I've ever done, all the things I've ever seen. I've had to make up for that. And I think, like, this company, I gotta be all in. And I gotta prove to people that you can't control anything. Time, we don't have much time on this earth. 4,000 weeks, I think, approximately. And you think about that, every day just goes by. Like, it's already January 5th. And I want you guys to think about this. How many people started out their New Year's resolutions going, oh, I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that? Doesn't work. I can tell you, on the 27th, I saw a lot of people at the gym, packed. Last few days, packed. Like, I look at my machines, I'm like, like, I know you're new here. I'm going to just be patient because I got nothing else to do. So I got to wait for 10 minutes and whatnot. They don't even clean up the machine, so I got to re-clean the machine before I get on. And then I make a puddle because I actually work out. I'm going to tell you guys this. I'm going to tell you this. Nobody believes me. It's not easy to get a six pack. I have the cleanest diet. I do not eat sugars. I do not drink. I watch my calories in to my calories out. I'm going to tell you right now, if in March, and right now, I'm at that point where I'm starting to cut my calories just a little bit, not much, but a little bit. And I'm starting to see, like, I think it's called visceral fat. And it's hard when you're fat. Your visceral fat is hard. That fat has been on your body for a long time. And it takes a long time to break it down, multiple days. Once it's breaking down, your plateaus go quicker. And I'm starting to watch, like, even my stomach, it feels jellier, which is a weird saying, I guess. I don't, or feeling, but it's like I know that it's not so rock hard, which means that the fat will eventually start burning. And I'm starting to see it go in. And everyone at the gym is starting to come up to me going like, hey, you do this every day. And I'm like, I've done this every day for 2 years. You didn't get fat overnight. You guys will never lose it overnight. So do not believe this. Like, you have to make this a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's not just a change. And people go, oh, I want to lose weight. Why do you want to lose weight? I don't even know what I weigh right now. I look at myself in the mirror and go, I don't look good. I don't need to look at the scale just to feel even worse. So why are you losing weight? Unless you're like some gal who weighs 120 pounds and you need to be 118. Okay, then go look at the scale. Those 2 pounds will matter. Okay? But I'm going to tell you something. Weight is just a number. Time is just a number. Like, it just doesn't work that way, okay? When people get fat, the fat starts on your stomach first, and then it spreads to the rest of your body. So now, if that's the case, you got to do the reverse engineer. That means when you work out, all that fat that has been displaced all over your body has to come back in, and the six pack will be the very last thing because that means that you have used all your fat stores around your body, which could be around your livers, your organs, the back of your muscles. So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm starting to see a lot more definition. I'm starting to see lines. I can tell you, I got a 4 pack, but I also still have that much fat on top of it. So is that really a 4 pack? No. I can just see the lines underneath, but I still know there's probably 5 pounds of fat just on my stomach. Okay? So if there's 5 pounds there, that probably means there's 20, 25 more pounds on the rest of my body that I have to burn off before I even see that 5 pounds of fat leave. Like I said, that's 25 to 30 pounds. You do a pound a week, it's 25 pounds. By June, I will be literally, if I'm not at a six pack, it would be the thinnest layer of fat you would ever see. Okay, and that's being honest with people. And that's not cutting your calories because here's the deal. I'm going to be eating 8 pounds of food a day to prove to people. But here's the thing is my 8 pounds of food and I'm going to lose weight and get the six pack. I'm doing it naturally and doing it just with cardio. This is what I'm trying to show you guys. Is that don't believe anyone unless you're taking supplements unless you already have the body of a goddess and a god, you're not going to get there. I don't have good genetics, which means I have to learn how to eat. And I'm not going to change all of my diet just to go, oh, what can I eat or what can I have on my cheat days? It doesn't work for me that way. I know that for me personally, I have to stick to the routine, consistency. That's what the change is. You can be consistent. It's like right now, I'm like, man, what are my triggers that make me go and want to smoke a joint? Because I got nothing to do during the day. Work out, work on my business, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should go smoke a joint. You know what it is? It's the boredom. And I'm thinking, man, I would even get off of smoking pot just to go work for 10 hours a day, go work out at the gym. Maybe I have a joint, maybe I don't, because then by the end of that, I'd be tired and just want to eat. That thought process wouldn't even be in my head because I'd already be busy. And I'm seeing that, oh, that's a nice little trigger. Like, hey, I'm not busy, so I go get myself into stupid shit or do stupid stuff. I'm not saying pot's bad for you. I'm just saying, like, if you want to live a clean world, you should live a fully clean world. And I don't live that fully clean. That's my biggest flaw right now. So it is what it is. But you know what? Also calms me down. I'm pretty high strung, as you can see from the videos. But yeah, I don't know. Me in the supermarket, Karen's really got to quit talking to me. And another thing, when you have like a sale, why do you lie people? Like, I buy a certain thing every day. Well, not every day, but like I know what the price is. So if you buy a box, it's $26.99. Okay? And if you buy one bar, it's 22 two 29 or 236, something like that. It's the exact it's just like 26.99 divided by 12. Whatever that is the exact same price of the bar. Okay, so like they're no difference if you buy the bar or the box. And they go, oh, it's a sale, 30 cents off. You know what they did? So I was like, oh, okay, like I'm going to get two boxes of protein. And I was thinking like 30 cents off, like that means I'm going to get one or two bars free. And came out to $10 more. And I go, how does that make sense? And they go, oh, well, if you buy the box, I'm like, I normally buy the box, but why would you have the sale at 30 cents off per bar and then up the price of the bar so that that sale makes it negated? Isn't that false advertising? And that's another thing. The grocery stores, they have a law that if the prices get raised in the country, they stick together like an oligopoly. Uh huh. Are you watching this? And they raise their prices so that they still keep market share. They're in collusion together, all of them. So that means like here in Canada, Safeways, Sobeys, Superstore, all of them. If they raise their prices, they let them all know, going, "Hey, we're raising our prices." That's just like the gas companies here. Gas companies in the States, they all go, "Hey," they go check the gas prices and they go, "Oh, that company's got it for 103.8 or whatever." They all do that. They all are oligopolies that work together to take advantage of the small, lower class people that are too afraid to work for themselves and rise up. Anyways, I don't even know how many rants I went through in this video. I know I have a cup of tea here and it's cold. So I guess 39 minutes makes a cup of tea cold. It's Friday. I know that I just want this like spiritual awakening. I don't get me wrong, fun ride. Your highs and lows are crazy. I just want to find a wife. I want to get a six pack because you can't take that away from me. I like to get my debt down to zero. When I talk about like a nice just life, go buy 100 acres down in Australia or some island, build up a nice garden, you know, so that I can grow my fruits and vegetables. I'll have certain animals, just like, chickens and horses, something here and there. Chickens for the eggs, horses if I have a wife or kids that want to just love beautiful horses, and because I don't eat meat anymore. Don't get me wrong, I love meat, I love steak, but it's hard on my body, and I know this now, which is tough. So I don't need cattle or anything. Build up a house for me and my family. Build up rental property so that people can come out, live on the acreage, just be within life, enjoy fresh fruit, farm to table type thing. Put solar panels on all and everything so that I'm using the world's energy. If I get lucky, find a way to create thermal for the water and make it so that the water can be like recycled after it gets used and put back into the 100 acres. Help grow up the trees, the plants, so that all the animals that live off of it, the energy, it's just a circle of life. And that every day moving forward, I'm blessed. I know where my food's coming from. I know the energy that it takes. And I can just say, like, I wouldn't have to focus on so much. I wouldn't have to clear my mind. I know where my food is. I'd have a beautiful family and just be trying to make sure that I have enough money to build this business, build it legit. You guys can't pay taxes anymore. You guys got to get away from this. If you're not willing to pay a little extra and wait a little bit longer, then you're into the system. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm in the system right now, and it's brutal. I'm watching them. They trap us. We're all trapped. Like it's crazy. Some of the shows like the Jetsons, all the stuff that they predicted, cell phones, robotics, people that flying cars, this and that, it's all coming out. That show was made 60, 70 years ago. Whatever was made, it was made a long time ago. This is all happening. Like the rich, they're smart. Why are they building bunkers? There's up to something. It's once you get into them, they let them know. But everyone else, we're all fair game. So if that's the case, I'm the little man. I'm the small guy. I'm gonna expose everything. I'm gonna show everyone the truth. You can believe me if I'm wrong, or sorry, you can believe me or whether I'm right or wrong. Like go do your own facts on check on Google and see if I'm just full of crap. Maybe some things I am. I hope I'm not. For the most part, I just read a lot of things on Google and just try to put A to B together and go, oh no. Because it all just lines up to me saying like everything's planned out. My life is already planned out. I already know the ending. It's told by two different people. So if everyone's lives are already planned out, it's like now it's just the chance of good and bad and whether the energies and the timing will line up. That being said, God bless. Thank you for the spiritual awakening. Thank you for just the people that can actually talk to me in my life because I've lost a lot of friends and I know it's like my attachment issues and like even like just the twin flame. I know I bring her up a lot. She hasn't even talked to me and she's got to figure it out. There's no way that I'm going to explain it to her because that means that she had to go through her spiritual awakening. She had to look at herself and go, why can't I get that guy? I can get every other guy. Oh, imagine that. That means you both have to get your egos broken down, take off the masks, show your real true selves to each other before it becomes real true love. Okay, I can wait forever for that, but I'm going to tell you right now, I already know. There's no chance. I know what type of path she grew up on. She has the hardest paradigm in the entire world. Think of it. She's younger. Okay, so she's going to have that age gap difference. She doesn't like to really be in the spotlight. I crave it. I crave the attention because I never had attention. She's got a lot of addictions. I'm clean. I don't think she works out. I do. Like, but the other part is like she's got the accounting. I'm a finance. She's more of a night person. I'm a night day person. Like we're the night and day of a person. You're twin flame. But together, when we're together, it's like the energy. And I keep talking about energies. Yeah, it's crazy because I'm gonna tell you right now, my energy. It's like I'm the highest I've ever been. It's like I'm outer body experience when I have good times with her. But when I'm bad, or like not when I'm bad, but when I have bad times with her, I'm gonna tell you, the devil comes out, and it's the darkest energy I've ever seen come from me, and it's scary. It's like you want to just rip the world apart. But when you're happy, it's like you'll give the world everything. So, and then that's where I've been trying to just find the middle ground because I'm going to tell you, I just want to chase peace. I just want a self reliant land. I want to build up this company. I want to show people to get rid of their habits, triggers, get rid of the outside noise, work for yourself, don't pay the taxes. Might take you a little bit longer to get to the top, but I'm going to tell you, that's how the corporations did it. And then finally, my end goal, I'm looking at it right now. I bought a nice bottle of Versace 2 years ago, and I would love to open up. That would be the end. That would be like I've hit the peak. It's when I can start creating like a fully running cologne and perfume line for men and women. So not only would I teach people how to eat properly, work out, get rid of their habits and triggers, but also smell good and look good. That's all I'm wanting from people. That's what I want from people. I'm not expecting you guys to be that way. I'm just saying that's what I want from people. And I think that would be a great path, great career, keep myself out of trouble, work on, sure, you guys may say materialistic things, but this world still is materialistic. I still do need to eat, survive. I just don't want to be part of the system. It sounds really bad, but I want to be a self reliant and I want to make it so that my future family generations are self reliant. They understand to eat healthy, to treat people good, to work on themselves. Don't go down the dark path. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. It's a fun path. It's absolutely fun. But then when you realize why you're down there, it's hard. Hard, hard. Anyways, take your losses before you become the boss. Try to be 1% better every day. DivinityVirtue.com, divine timing. Thank you for this spiritual awakening. Thank you for all the people that are starting to realize, like, hey, like, I mean everything out of love. I don't ever want hurt. Thank you for this world. Thank you for it's interesting. My mom found my YouTube channel, so there's some rants about you. Sorry, but this is what I see, and I can't explain it to you anymore. But spiritual awakening, you get to see everyone for who they are. I know who my family truly is now. There's no love lost there. Twin Flame, I see her for who she truly is. It sucks for her. No love lost there. Gets to the point where you go, what do you want in your life? Sure, I got comfort and security, and I know that I got a twin flame that will never leave Canada. Okay, so I know that path. Well, I'd rather just take the path that's unknown. And let's be honest, I'm a spiritual healer. I'm an empath. I've traveled the entire world, gone to questionable, shady stuff. I'm still here, so I don't believe I'm going to get killed unless there's a reason that I'm supposed to be killed. So, that being said, everything happens for a reason. Let's try to help each other out. It's going to be the small man trying to get to the top. And I'm going to try to show you guys how to do it. But living in the system, that's the game. Once you're in the system, you gotta get out. That, that's how the rich get rich. They're out of the system. They're out of the game. The only part of the system is they built a corporation, which they're tied to. So the corporation might have shareholders, board, silent identity, whoever it is, gets in with the government. Once you get the taxes, the loopholes, and stuff like that, you can write off everything. That's why Trump's only like paying $900 in taxes. Not that he did the system wrong. He knows the system better than anyone. He just played the game. You're going to get mad at the guy who played the game? Oh, get mad at the people who created the game. Because the game is just a pyramid. It's all the game, right? All the money goes to the top. God bless. Thank you very much. Amen. Have a wonderful weekend.